I've been working in legal indemnity as part of the conveyancing sector for about 16 months now. So, well, as you can imagine, it's been a pretty interesting 16 months to start the job. Start a career, in fact, with the decision to leave Europe, the US election, there are various other elements, the increase in stamp duty, reduction in base interest rates. All these have had massive effects, knock-on effects on the property market. So it's been a very interesting time for me, and as you can imagine, it's interesting for us to continually make sure we're developing the right products to ensure that we iron out all the creases in the conveyancing, in the conveyancing process, to ensure that we can get products out there and conveyancing done as quickly and as efficiently as possible for the end user. So it's been a challenge making sure that we keep in line with those developments. But yeah, it's been good fun. It's been a good way to start my career anyway.
I've been working in the conveyancing sector for about 35 years, I think, and I've seen an awful lot of developments in that time. I started life in the 2 recessions ago, I think, and in those days what I found was that you tended to trust the clients, see odd things in front of you, which you would think, oh, I'm sure the client knows what he's doing, I'll get on with it. And over the years, I've noticed that that has gone. We've had client care. Since then, we've had environmental stuff come and go. We've had planning searches come and go. And where we are now, I think, is, in a sense, the most terrifying aspect, because the client's expectations are much greater. But if anything, our professional commercial margins are less than ever they were when I started 35 years ago.
So I've worked in legal for 17 years. I started in conveyancing in 2005, having done 5 years of other legal at that time. And I think the biggest change that I've seen in conveyancing and legal as a whole really is the development of IT. So when I first started, I can still remember a time, and this is only 15 or so years ago, when some firms still had typewriters. And those firms have gone now from having typewriters to having cloud-based case management systems. I can also remember a time when requesting searches was a paper exercise and you had to fill out a form and put that in the post and send it off. Nowadays, firms have got access to internet systems where they can get searches within minutes of requesting them. So I think IT has had a massive impact on how conveyancers do their work, but I think it's also had equally as big an impact on the service that conveyancers can offer to their customers. So customers don't have to wait for letters to arrive anymore. Emails arrived in the last 15-20 years, widespread across law firms. Lots of firms have got portals now where customers can go online 24/7 and get an update on where their case is. So I would say IT is the biggest development.
Well, in one way or another for decades, but as Chief Executive of the Council for Licensed Conveyancers, I'm now in my 5th year. I suppose even in that time, in those 5 years, when we completed the first annual regulatory return as Chief Executive, there was a much smaller percentage of people with an online presence and who were dealing with things by email. Now, it's much more commonplace. I think the vast majority, over 95% of practices have a functioning website and they transact with their clients by email. Unfortunately, also there's been the growth of cybercrime and awareness within practices of vulnerability to fraud and to cyber-based crime, and practices also taking really active steps to counter it. So I think they are concerned, they understand that clients are concerned about their money, so they want to do the right thing. So I think we've seen a growth in people trying to take protection and protective steps with that. I think another interesting factor really is the resilience of the sector. When I came to the CLC, the market was just coming back from a downturn. And we've seen how practices who responded quickly to the signs in the market actually also responded much better and recovered much better from the downturn. So I think that resilience in practice is something that also we've seen recently.